Imagine putting your hand inside the mouth of a giant crocodile. Sounds impossible, right? Yet every day, a tiny bird does exactly that, and somehow walks away alive. Why would one of the world's deadliest predators allow such a risky visitor? The answer is one of nature's most surprising partnerships, and it's far more incredible than you might think. You're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more hidden mysteries, wildlife secrets, and incredible true stories from around the world. Deep in the rivers and wetlands of Africa lives one of the planet's oldest and most feared predators, the Nile crocodile. With a bite powerful enough to crush bones and teeth sharper than knives, this reptile has ruled the water for millions of years. Almost every animal fears getting too close. But there is one tiny creature that seems completely fearless. Meet the Egyptian plover, a small bird that weighs only a few ounces. While larger animals stay far away from crocodiles, this little bird does something unbelievable. It walks right up to the giant reptile, waits for the crocodile to open its massive jaws, and then calmly steps inside its mouth. For a moment, it looks like the bird has made the biggest mistake of its life. But instead of snapping its jaws shut, the crocodile remains perfectly still. Why? The answer begins with survival. After every meal, small pieces of meat become trapped between the crocodile's huge teeth. In the warm African climate, these leftovers quickly begin to rot. Harmful bacteria grow, causing irritation and sometimes infection. Cleaning those deep spaces is almost impossible for the crocodile. That is where the tiny bird comes in. The Egyptian plover carefully picks out bits of food and tiny parasites hiding between the crocodile's teeth. Every bite it takes becomes a free meal, while the crocodile gets cleaner teeth and a healthier mouth. It is a partnership where both animals win. Scientists call this kind of relationship mutualism. Each animal benefits from helping the other survive. Imagine the bird saying, "I'll clean your teeth if you promise not to eat me." And somehow, the crocodile keeps that promise. Still, this partnership is filled with danger. One wrong movement, one unexpected splash, one sudden snap, and the bird's life would be over in less than a second. Yet the tiny cleaner works with incredible confidence, moving around one of the strongest bites ever measured in the animal kingdom. The crocodile, despite having every advantage, remains surprisingly patient. This unusual behavior reminds us that nature isn't only about hunting and survival. Sometimes, cooperation is the greatest survival strategy of all. However, the story isn't quite as simple as many people believe. For generations, books and documentaries have shared the famous tale of birds cleaning crocodiles' teeth. Ancient writings even described this remarkable friendship thousands of years ago. But modern scientists have found surprisingly little direct evidence that this behavior happens regularly in the wild. Some researchers believe it may occur only occasionally. Others think the story has become larger than reality over time. Even so, birds are often seen feeding around crocodiles, eating insects, parasites, and scraps left behind after meals. Whether they enter the crocodile's mouth frequently or only in rare moments, both animals clearly benefit from living close together. Nature still holds many mysteries that scientists continue trying to understand. And perhaps that mystery makes this relationship even more fascinating. The crocodile represents power, patience, and survival. The tiny bird represents courage, intelligence, and opportunity. Neither animal could easily survive in exactly the same way without taking advantage of every chance nature provides. As the African sun begins to set, the crocodile slips quietly back into the river. The little bird flies away with a full stomach. Neither speaks. Neither celebrates. Yet both have survived another day because of trust. In a world where fear usually separates predator from prey, these two animals remind us that survival sometimes depends not on strength alone, but on cooperation. Their unlikely partnership has inspired people for centuries and continues to amaze wildlife lovers across the globe. Even among the deadliest creatures on Earth, there can still be room for peace. That is one of nature's greatest lessons.